Hello and welcome to Extensions 101. I'm your host Paige, this is my co-host Cheeto, and we're going to be giving you a quick rundown of all the different types of extensions that have been in my head at one point or another, and everything I liked or disliked about them. Let's get into it. If you couldn't tell by my slightly more mannish than normal voice, I have pneumonia, so bear with me. We are going to be comparing sew-in wefts, tape-ins, and I've never had them, but I did look into getting them, so K-tips. Starting off with cost, all of these prices are going to be based on Bellamy brand hair extensions. That's not what I have, but I used to get those. I currently have Kitsune by IBE. Bellamy is just one of the only websites that actually lists their prices. The hair usually comes in lengths of 16, 18, 20, 22s, and 24s. We're only going to be talking about 16s and 24s because that's a lot to go through, and I have 24s. So tape-ins come in packs. Each pack has 20 pieces of hair, and most people end up needing 2 to 3 packs of hair depending on your natural hair. So for 16-inch tape-ins, we'd be looking at $540 to $810. And for 24 inches, we'd be looking at somewhere between $750 to $1,125. For sew-in extensions, they come in wefts. And I ain't no hairstylist, so I don't know the mechanics behind it, but then they're like folded or something into rows that look like this. This is the hair I just took out of my head last week. But most people end up needing 1 to 2 rows, and you can usually get those 1 to 2 rows out of just one weft, so you only need like 1 pack. Me, I got 6 rows, so if you're a naked mole rat like me, you might need a little bit more. But for a 16-inch weft, it would be around $400, and for a 24-inch weft, it would be around $1,120. And lastly, K-tips, which also come in packs, and most people end up needing 4 to 5 packs. So for 16 inches, it's $480 to $600, and for 24 inches, it's $600 to $800. You might be wondering how long this hair lasts. Well, I'm gonna tell ya. For tape-ins, you can usually wear them for 4 to 8 weeks. You can retape them between 3 and 4 times. So overall, the hair itself will last you about 4 to 6 months before you have to buy new hair. For sew-in wefts, you can usually wear them for 8 to 10 weeks before needing to get them moved up, but the hair itself will last you anywhere from 6 to 12 months, depending on how well you take care of them. This doesn't go for the tape-ins, but for the sew-ins, you can really wear them as long as you want because the only reason that they don't last is because they get split ends and breakage. So, I mean, I could have kept wearing my old hair if I wanted to, but for a visual, they started the same length as this hair, and I wore them until they were that short. So for K-tips, you can wear them for 3 to 6 months. Honestly, I think 6 months is pushing it, especially if your hair grows pretty fast, and you usually cannot reuse the hair. So 3 to 6 months, one and done. That's why the price is not worth it to me. On to the pros and cons of each. Pros for tape-ins. They're pretty blendable. Each piece of hair is only about that big, and they do come in smaller ones too, so you can put them anywhere in your head so you get an even blend. They're lightweight, they're like pretty comfortable to wear, and the install is very quick, very easy. Cons for tape-ins, and there's a lot. You can't use heat styling tools. You can use a blow dryer on a low setting. You can use their straightener and your curler, but you have to stay away from the root. If it heats up, that tape will slide. Going off of the heat, you can't use saunas. Hot tubs are iffy, and for the first 48 hours of getting them installed, you cannot sweat or shower. You also can't take hot showers. You can take warm showers, but any steamy showers, again, are gonna slide that tape right out. And in the shower, when washing your hair, you have to stay away from shampoos and conditioners that have any oils or silicones because, again, the tapes will slide right out. When you get out of the shower, you have to be very careful when brushing and styling your hair because them tapes will slide. Like I said before, they don't last as long as sew-ins or K-tips, so you have to get them moved up more often and you have to buy new hair more often. And lastly, as your hair starts to grow out, as those tapes start to slide, if you lose a few tapes, they leave a nasty, sticky residue. Pros for sew-ins are that they are much more flexible, so you can wear your hair up in a pony, up in a bun, they won't show, it won't feel weird. Sew-ins are safe to use heat on, so you can use your heat styling tools, you can take a hot steamy shower, you can go in the sauna, you can go in the hot tub, you can sweat. You can use whatever products you want on them. The oils and silicones aren't going to make the beads slip the same way that they would make the tape-ins slip. They are a lot more secure than tape-ins. With tape-ins, I was afraid to get my hair pulled. It's not an issue with these. Sew-ins are the least damaging to your natural hair out of all the extension types, and they last a lot longer. Cons for sew-ins. When you first get them installed, it hurts for like a day or so. They are so tight, and it's hard to sleep on them. They can get really itchy underneath where they're sewn in. They can also cause hair thinning if they're not installed properly. Onto K-tips, I truly don't see many pros with them, which is why I didn't get them, so I can only speak on the cons. Like I said before, they don't last very long and you can only use the hair once. Once they start to grow out, they can become very hard to brush, and the brush can snag on your hair and you can end up ripping them out. Another thing once they start to grow out is they end up looking really ratty and really nasty. What solidified me not getting them is when I was at my consultation, a girl showed me hers that were only like 1.5, 2 months grown out, and I was like, no fucking thanks. Nope, not on my head. They look great for a month, but after that, no. While they are more secure than tape-ins, over time, any type of heat will break that bond down and make them not last as long. One of the biggest cons about K-tips is that the install takes about 6 hours. So between the cost of the hair and the cost of the appointment plus tip, you're looking at like $2,000 to $2,500 for only 3 to 6 months of wear. Absolutely the fuck not. Overall, I think sew-ins are the best, and I really think they're the only ones worth the money, but thanks for coming to my TED Talk anyways.